units are going to be raiders and fiends, with both take extra damage from huntresses. And so huntresses are really like a unit that does a lot of damage but dies really quickly. And Dryades are the opposite. Dryades do shit damage. I mean, the Dryade does less damage than an archer because it attacks slower. And it's a 3-food unit, so I mean it's a terrible damage dealing unit, but because of its magic immunity and fast movement speed and slow poison, it's very survivable. But if you mass a unit that's survivable with low damage and a unit that's high damage and non-survivable, all that's going to happen is a few minutes into the fight, all your huntresses are going to die instantly. And during those few minutes, the huntresses will do some good damage, but your Dryades will have done nothing. And so half your army will be useless the first few minutes of the fight, the Dryads, because then it's most skill damage output you want. And at the end of the fight, your huntresses are going to be useless because they're all going to be dead. So you're going to be fighting a fight with half an army throughout the whole fight, effectively. So that's why we're doing this Archer-Dryad mix, because that's a really, as long as you focus mainly on archers and just a few dots and a few Dryads for support, you're going to have a huge amount of damage output. And so, yeah, your huntresses might die quick, but by the time those huntresses die, those archers, druids, and alchemists, along with the huntress attacks, are going to dismantle the enemy's entire army really quickly. So that's why it's a much better follow-up. And as you notice, I'm producing a bear right now too. It just finished, and that roar is going to be tremendously helpful as well. Now, if you go back to the the strategy of the game, we see Grubby and Happy trying to counter expand and defend the middle to hold that mana fountain. They're building towers there, which isn't a bad idea. The problem is he sent 3 raiders to cancel that protector. So that's drawing units from the middle. And the other problem is Grubby made 4 raiders, which are near useless in this fight. So basically, the army is going to be tremendously inferior. This is the ideal time for us. You know, yeah, we're attacking the middle and the health fountain. You know, yeah, Grubby's building a tower and a mana fountain. Yeah, Grubby's building a tower and those demos are untouched. But our army is the perfect attack move army, and their army isn't. Raiders are terrible in attack move, and fiends are far worse than archers. If you look, an archer does as much damage as a crit fiend with roar and true shot, even more if you count on all that armor reduction. And if fiends, you know, a 3-food unit, it costs, you know, a lot more. And I mean, because of our army composition, there's no way they're going to win as an attack move, all in, you know, who can kill who first attack move fight. And that's, I mean, you can see that in that fight right there. They just got totally rolled. And that, I mean, that fight pretty much sealed the deal for them. And so now we're going to be picking up heal scrolls. That's one of the things a lot of people like Master Rides, is because they're like, oh, you know, Archer Dot's going to get torn up by AoE. Well, you know, I mean, if you look, Happy's got only level 2 Lich, level 1 Pit Lord. The AoE's not that painful, and a couple of heal scrolls can stop that. You know, as opposed to Master Rides, you can actually totally dominate fights with Archer Dot, and that'll allow you to, you know, contain them, make sure the heroes don't get much experience, and so you don't have to worry about AoE too much. So yeah, we're gonna come in and push this expansion. Now we got a couple heal wards. I throw up another roar. I mean, that's just sickening. Archer's doing 27 damage minimum. I mean, it's a 2-food unit. It's not supposed to do 27 damage minimum with a fast attack rate and a really long range. So we can use Entangle here too, which is really strong because he didn't get walkers. The one destroyer is gonna go down really quick to archers. And if you notice, he actually entangled Dakota Bear, which isn't even close to destroyer, so that's really good. Sorry there. So again, we're just kind of attack moving. You can sort of over micro too much using this army. Some people, if you try to avoid the AoE too much, wow, look at that pillar go down. He just died in like 2 volleys. Yeah, it's. I mean, even I'm watching this, I'm like, wow, it's kind of imbalanced. But it's just the unit composition is just so much stronger than the one they made. But yeah, some people try to dodge at Rain of Fire too much, and especially level 1, Rain of Fire does some damage to you, but if you're moving all your guys to avoid it, think about how much damage you're losing. So it's sort of a toss-up. The best thing to do is just sort of split your guys up a little bit, send each in every direction, and that way if they rain of fire again, they can only hit a couple of units instead of that whole stack. One thing you noticed in that fight that they were doing a little poorly is Grubby kept all his demolishers clumped together. And so as soon as Strife sent 2 Huntresses after them, the whole group had to pull back, and they were losing that damage output. Anytime you have siege and your enemies can be coming after it, you really want to spread out that siege. So if they send units after one siege unit, that unit can run away, while the other units can still attack and do damage. And even if they kill your one siege unit, then they still have to run to get to your next one. Which if they're all together, as soon as they kill that one demolisher, the units are right there to start attacking the next one. So we killed this expansion, and picking up some more heal scrolls, although unfortunately it looks like they're out, because... Oh no, we got 2 heal scrolls. Strife's feeding me lumber, and this is because my tier 3 tech just finished. And once I get... See, I'm getting this Master Bears, and Master Dots, and Marksmanship. And once those 3 kick in, Marksmanship's like 2 attack upgrades. It's the same thing as 2 attack upgrades on an archer. Master Dots will really allow us to totally negate that. The Blade Master allows us to cancel the Pit Lord's Rand of Fire. Well, that's assuming I'm migraine, which is kind of unlikely. And Master Dots is really good because one of the best things they can do against this strategy is hit and run Nova Coil, keep trying to pick off archers and dots. The Keeper first, Strife's Keeper makes it kind of hard to do that. If he gets an entangle off, the hero's probably going to die. Unless we mess up or he's really quick with Destroyers. Which I'm sure he actually probably is really quick with Destroyers. But even if he's quick with Destroyers, if you have a Keeper and a couple dots, you can just keep cycling over and over again until units can catch up to that harassing hero. You're going to be fine against the harass, and it's going to be really, really hard for them to do an effective harass. So they're just kind of, messing around with us a little bit. Some people would say after we killed that Expo, why didn't we just go in and finish him off? We were stronger. Well, it is true we were stronger, and we probably could have finished him off there. But the longer we wait, the more lopsided the fight will get. Why risk a fight that you have like a 70% chance to win when if you wait 5 minutes, you have a 99% chance to win it? The longer we wait, we have more income than them, and my tier 3 tech kicked in. And, why fight when you can wait? And then at this point, there's nothing they can do. Army's just way too strong. Cyclone, and look at that, I got Master Bears coming in. A couple Master Bears up in the front will really put a hurt on them. It'd be really good at tanking. If you notice, Strife's also been teching too. So he's now up to 2 Huntresses, which is kind of deceptive. You're like, he looks still tier 1, but those upgrades really do make a huge difference. 6 armor is 26 damage reduction. That's that's a lot, That's basically making the Huntresses same life as Grunts. Obviously spells to do full damage to him, but most of the damage comes from the Crypt Fiend attacks and the Demolisher attacks, so giving that extra effective 200 health or whatever is really a really big deal. So even now we're not coming in to finish the job because we don't need to. We probably could win a fight in their base, yeah, but why would we fight in their base when they have to come out and fight us, right? They don't have an expansion, we know that. The top's not even crept yet. They haven't had a chance to creep it. And, we got these Huntress Owls looking at their other gold mine. So we're just gonna, make them come to us and fight in a position that's good for us. And this is kind of a position that you think is ideal for Demolishers, and it is ideal for Demolishers, especially with all Strife on Strap behind. This is kind of bad positioning, but also in a line fight like this, they can't flank the archers, although they have nothing to flank the archers with, so I guess that's not that big of a deal. So we can just kind of attack, move in there, it's going to lose everything. See again, Grubby has to move, look at that, all his monsters move back as 1. And so every time Strife moves some guys near them, they all have to move, which loses some damage output. They kind of split up to try to micro and pick stuff off of the sides. He's going for my hero there. But we just kind of ignore that and attack move, and yeah, they GG. They realize that there's no way they're ever going to stop. Look at that, 3-2 archers to 27 damage minimum without roar. With roar, it's going to be like 30-something damage is a minimum damage. Anyway, so that's the game. To recap a bit on that, the few things that let us win were them playing passively early game, trying to just avoid us and getting a few creeps, and that played right into our hands because we were actually not that